Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. It's the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com, colombianexchange.com, and whiterabbitsite.com. Just wanted to do a quick live for the collective, and really just speak to what my cards are saying, and then also see if this resonates with anyone and see if this can help anyone or bring anybody close to their ancestors. So the cards that I pulled today were the Five of Cups and the Hierophant. And I wanted to get some clarification on those two cards, but I'm gonna do the clarification part live. But I'm gonna just really explain these two cards from a base perspective, and hopefully this resonates with you. And if it does, comment, like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. So the question is disappointment, right? So the Five of Cups is ruled by the first deacon of Scorpio. It's ruled by Mars. Scorpio is the portal for the ancestors. Scorpio represents the female organs and the male organs. We also have Mars. So the reason that Mars and Scorpio creates more of a tension more than an ease is because nobody is actually taught the reality of ancestors, how we come from ancestors, we will eventually be ancestors, and of course we are the ancestors for which have came through the portal of life through the sperm in the womb. Now this is the reality of our life, but society, the world, is going to teach you something contrary to your roots, to your ancestors, because society doesn't know your roots. Society doesn't know your ancestors. It's up to you personally to do the work necessary for you to tap in to the energy of the ancestors. So to double down with this, we got the card for Taurus, the card for the Hierophant, which represents the multitude of ancestral guidance, whether you're talking about a reverend, a pastor, a priest, a priestess, anybody who is in charge of the congregation. Now, these are for people who don't have a religious basis with their ancestors. Their ancestors, i.e. their family, is just some regular ass niggas that you can walk past on the streets. They're not people that you venerate. They're not people that you put on the altar, and then you act as if your ancestors are not watching you every step you take. Why? Because the ancestors live inside of you. So everywhere you go, the ancestors go. So all of the sacrifice that people have made for you to be in this present position, and maybe you're beating yourself up, or maybe you're in this space of lust, one or the two, but you're not actually connecting to your dead relatives. You don't see them, you don't recognize them, and because of that, they are disappointed. The same way as I was right in your face, and you said that you needed $10,000, and I got $50,000, and I'm right in your face. I'm looking at you. Hey, here goes your $50,000, and you just gonna ignore me. You just gonna cry. You gonna act like I'm not there. Start watching Pornhub right in front of me, right? Start watching Pornhub. Start going at it, right? And I'm right there looking at you, watching your Pornhub. This is how your ancestors feel. Your ancestors like, why the hell you keep watching this Pornhub all the time? And you don't not see me here watching you? Like, I mean, it's cool. You got to get your stuff off. But if you want a lover, baby, work with me. You know, I can possess a nigga real quick. I can possess a woman real quick and have him fall in love with you. Have her fall in love with you. Have her hormones act like that they actually like you. And 10 times out of 10, you don't recognize that the ancestor is possessing you to make you actually think that you somewhat is sexy or some type of attractive. But in reality, you're not. You're kind of ugly and busted. Now this person like you, that's just a matter of possession, baby. But yeah, work with the ancestors and stop acting like your ancestors don't see you. Your ancestors don't notice you. So in trying to get some clarification, we have the card of Libra, we have the card adjustment. So this is the card of law. Ancestors said to me yesterday that I was driving, if you abide by cosmic law, then man-made laws don't apply to you. Understanding cosmic law, understanding universal law with no bias, the all is mind, the law of rhythm. I did a whole series on all of the 7 major universal laws. And of course you can get the Kabbalion, but understanding universal law, and like one would say, well, why do I gotta understand universal law? Why would you think you exempt from understanding the laws of the universe? If I ask you right now, what's the laws of the universe? What's the 7 major laws of the universe? The law of cause and effect, the law of rhythm, the law of polarity, the law of mentalism, things of that nature. Do you not know these thoroughly, intuitively, to whereas you are operating within the cosmic laws? Are you in unison with your ancestors? Do you recognize your dead relatives through altar work or ritual work or cemetery work? Or do you just feel sad that they have transitioned to the other plane? Because a person has transitioned to the other plane, your sadness is something that they don't need. Especially if they right there sitting in front of you. Especially if they need things in the ancestral realm. Especially if you need things in the physical realm. To which working with your ancestors is literally working with your ancestors. So here we have the 3 of Wands, which represents the 2nd decan of Aries. And it is more of a heart card. It's a Tifereth card. It's a beauty card. It's a card that says, the way that I explain it is that the person that I am when nobody is looking is the same person that I am when people are looking. And that's a hard concept to think about when you feel like you can get away with jerking off, where you feel like you can just squeeze a masturbation session in because ain't nobody looking at you. Well, that's not very virtuous. That's not very beautiful. Because if everybody that you know and love was watching you at the very moment that you orgasm into Pornhub, that wouldn't be very beautiful. That'd be kind of ugly. You'd be making the ugly face. That's my ugly face. You don't want to see that face, right? That's not representing the 3 of Wands. So my beauty face is the face like this. That's the beauty face right there. All right. So keeping that suave, machismo type of energy, even when nobody is around. See, what tends to happen when you disappoint your ancestors is when you alone and you don't take a bath, you don't throw on nothing decent, you just out here looking crazy. I mean, albeit you in your house, but that's a way for which you disappoint your ancestors because your ancestors is there. If your ancestors was right there watching you, would you be looking all crazy and dressing like that? Maybe some of y'all would, because y'all don't have no shame. Y'all don't have no dignity. But for most of us, we would at least take a bath. We would at least wash our ass, right? And throw on something presentable or something in relation to putting effort into your vessel. Even if you want to be butt booty naked, why can't you do a facial? Why can't you cleanse your skin? Why can't you oil your body down, right? In ways for which taking care of your vessels is primarily one of the ways that you keep your ancestors happy. Because your ancestors know. So even with that, we got the Two of Wands to go with that Three of Wands to go with the Prince of Dis, which is another Tifereth card, which is another heart card. Princes rule the hearts, right? And when you think about the heart, I tell my wife this all the time, like, I'm not going to ask nobody to do something if they don't have the heart to do it. Because, like, the things that I do in life, I'm going to do it without somebody asking me. And that take a long time, right? Because that's another way that you please your ancestors, by having initiative, by doing the things that you're supposed to do without somebody forcing you to do it, without somebody inviting you, without somebody asking you to do something. You just initiate and just do it because you can do it, right? And in reference to the mission, that is not your mission, right? It's not your life. I know we tend to like to think about it from that perspective, but in reference to your ancestors, and I want you to think about this, if it wasn't for your ancestors, how would you have your life? How would you exist? You know, I was literally born off a sneaky link situation, right? And I can't even be mad at sneaky link energy because I was conceived of that. I wasn't conceived of holy matrimony. So I'm saying all of this to say everything that we do in life is in reference to the ancestors. And our right or wrong, our good or bad, is just mental gymnastics that we do. And the mental gymnastics wear us out and they tire us out. They break us down. They have us, you know, actually tired, actually feeling a certain type of way because we are not in our purpose. So where you might be afraid of your purpose, you're going to also be tired of not doing shit. It's like not doing shit is the most tiring thing in the world. You could work out, work 3 jobs, motherfucking go host a fucking clinic, just do all types of shit throughout your day, and you would never be as tired as a nigga who just sat in his crib all day and not followed the purpose of their ancestors. And that's very disappointing to them because you think that you can sit on the couch, or you can think that because the circumstances of your conception wasn't, you know, idealistic, that you can now feel sorry for yourself. But in reference to the reality of your life, you are present. And because you are present, you have dominion. You have control. Because you alive, because you exist, you have dominion, you have control. But you have to literally connect to your ancestors. So I'm gonna pull two more cards to give us some finality to this reading. The power is in your hands. The spirituality and your ability to change reality through your spirituality is now the time. If you are not doing spiritual work, if you are not honestly connecting to your ancestors or deprioritizing spiritual connection right now, is no way that you're going to be in a space of mental happiness by disregarding your ancestors right now. There's no way you're going to be actually in a space of good health without no process of fasting, juicing, just doing different things dietary to raise your frequency to perceive the ancestral plane is so necessary right now, because the inverse of this is making sure that you clock in on time. The inverse of this is just you being a slave. And so we trying to be free and we trying to break away. So we got another heart card. We have Prince of Wands. The princes rule Tifereth. The prince rules the heart, right? So in all of these cards that I've been pulling wands. I've been pulling Aries energy cards. I've been pulling cards that are saying, get up off of your ass and get into your purpose. The heart is the core, but the core is where we get the word courage. So courage is not saying that everything in my life look perfect. Courage is saying I'm having some form of adversity. I'm having some form of disconnection. And I don't know what has happened in the world that if it ain't perfect, then y'all feel like y'all is going through some form of trauma, some form of debilitating sickness or illness that you can't recover from. And then knowing the difference between ascension symptoms. Because it's not even traumatic. It's not even painful. It's not even bad. You just spiritually awakening. So within that, it's not, I think that we need to be clear with this shit when we are spiritually awakening, that spiritually awakening and purpose are the same thing. Because you are awakening to something that is real, that you should be doing, that you didn't necessarily know that you should be doing. But now you know that you should be doing it. So because you're spiritually awakened, you have a new thing that you should be doing. And you need to be clear on this, because you don't become spiritually awakened and do the same shit you did yesterday. That's very disappointing to the ancestors. It's very disappointing that people are so in love with their routine, so in love with their iniquity, so in love with their fat, so in love with their laziness, so in love with their stagnancy, so in love with their poverty, so in love with their dysfunction, that this is the state that they want to be in, as the ancestors watch you do nothing. Imagine how pissed off the ancestors would be to watch a person ignore them, not know that they exist, and then be sad that they are gone. Be sad that they don't have wisdom. Be sad that they don't have guidance. And the fact is that you do. You just are not perceiving things, and you have to use the true light of the moon. You have to use darkness as a gateway, as a portal to ancestral, cosmic, and planetary consciousness, because the mundane consciousness has run its course. We all wake up and we all go to sleep, and we all wake up and we all go to sleep. And if that's okay for you, then fine. But if you want to do something beyond going to sleep and waking up, then you need to tap into the energy of awakening yourself in the lunar light, which is the true light. A movie that explaining what I'm saying in a more clear definition is a movie called Dark City. I bought that movie I buy that movie on every platform. I buy it on Amazon. I bought it on Xbox because I never know when I just need to watch Dark City. And it's a part in that movie when it gets dark that the poor people become rich, the rich people become poor, the girls become boys, the boys become girls. Everything flips in the dark time. The world for which you think you're living in is a complete and utter matrix that has its limits. The only thing is, the life that you are living is a result of your verbalization and ignorance, or a result of your knowledge and mastery. You gotta work with the dark energy. You have to work with the dark energy because you are a melanated being. Everything that you are doing, you motherfuckers got a fucking CEO job, CEO, marketing representative, got a tech job, got $80,000 a year, got a high-rise facility, you traveling throughout the world, but you don't know your ancestors from a goddamn hole in the wall. But you so fucking smart. And you so fucking good intention. You a good heart. You a good person. But then when it comes to spiritual development and connecting to your ancestors, you want to relate to what you do in the solar to what you do as a lunar because you a good person. Because you helped the old lady cross the street. That means that everything should happen good for you. But what do you know about your ancestors? What you know about the darkness? What do you know about Anubis? Have you ever been able to cross over through the portals? Have your heart been as light as a feather? Hell fucking no. Y'all mad about your damn baby daddy. Y'all mad about your damn baby mama. Don't tell me your heart is as light as a feather. This mundane shit is whipping your ass more than you can actually tap into this lunar energy or even find a purpose too. Because how you feel in reference to some ignorance because you can't actually see it with your physical eyes. But your physical eyes don't actually see shit. That's the double cross. The real light is in the darkness. Sometimes people will be like, I'm taking psilocybin, I'm taking shrooms. How do I see visions? I want to see visions. And I'll be like, well, did you open your eyes? Yeah, I have my eyes open. Well, that ain't the way you see visions. Well, you could take a goddamn pebble. You can microdose. You can microdose psilocybin. You can take one pill and close your eyes. Once you close your eyes, then you tripping for real. Everything, the psychedelic shit, everything that you've been seeing in Alice in Wonderland and all of the visions and trippy shit you be wanting to see, it don't happen when your eyes is open. It happen when you close your eyes. I be microdosing every damn day. I might blink goddamn too long. It be feeling like I'm in a fucking Cheech and Chong movie. I be like, what the fuck? Let me open my eyes. I done blinked too goddamn long. That shit get trippy. But that's where those visions come from. It come from when you close your eyes. The trick is most motherfuckers don't close their eyes. They keep their eyes open watching Netflix, YouTube, social media. The kids, just watching shit. And the shit, you don't even be watching shit no more. That shit be watching you. How the fuck we looking at a camera? And you looking at a phone, and that phone got a camera. You looking at the screen, but the camera looking back up at you, recording you. Stick your fingers up your nose. Scrap out your eye boogers. Anyway, Big Brother is watching. Your ancestors is watching. So act accordingly. Ain't no such thing as privacy. Everything and everybody knows what's going on with you. Because the people that's in your life ain't even actual people. Them is people that's going through some form of spirit possession or soul possession or even demonic possession. We might have a conversation on possession at some point in time because is not something that escapes nobody. Everybody have a level of possession to a lesser or greater degree. The reality is that most people don't understand that they even have a soul, that they become to possess themselves. They become to lead themselves and guide themselves. So part of this soul and spiritual development is understanding ancestors. It's not a human being on this earth that don't have ancestors. It's impossible to not have ancestors, because nobody was self-created in a fucking laboratory. We are a result of millions and millions, if not billions, if not trillions of years of evolution from the cosmos in this present form. We are technology. We have the ability to speak, to write, to dance, to perform, to create art, to create skyscrapers, to create all different types of shit, because we are cosmic beings. We are not human beings. We are spiritual beings. We're simply having a human experience. And so this is the things that I like to talk about, and these are the things that I like to talk about daily to bring your awareness to it, because in this world, it'll be some shit on this damn platform talking about baby mamas and baby daddies, and what would happen if you ever met a girl, and have you ever looked at a girl before, and have a girl looked at you before? What does it look like when a girl says no, and all of this basic shit. And I just can't believe that grown people are not resolving their trauma, understanding the psychological basis to life, which creates the mundane. So I'm speaking to the creators, I'm speaking to the people who have ears, and I'm also speaking to the people who have eyes. I'm the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com. If you're interested in my services, products, anything that I got going on, just utilize the links in the descriptions. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me this morning. I'm about to go see Shazam, so I'll probably do a video telling y'all what I thought about that. Yeah, I'm about to go do that right now, by the way. So if y'all like this video, if this video resonated with you, leave a comment. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.